Hi, I'm Keelan O'Connor from regionalbusinesstoolkit.com, a website dedicated to helping businesses in regional areas leverage digital tools to grow their business. In this video, I'll show you how you can easily add a sign-up form to your WordPress website that automatically adds subscribers to your MailChimp database. I love MailChimp because it's easy to use and free if you have a database of less than 5,000 people. This covers the majority of regional businesses. Obviously, there are lots of other email database options out there, but the steps we're about to go through are generally quite transferable, so we'll focus on MailChimp today. Why do you need to easily capture the email address of your website visitors? The quick answer is that the most effective way of communicating with your existing and potential customers is through email. This is true for virtually every business. Email still has a higher open rate than most kinds of social media. It's a great way of offering valuable information and building relationships, and people can access it when and where they like. To learn more about the 7 core tactics that I believe every regional business should employ to make the most of their email database, head over to www.regionalbusinesstoolkit.com. In a moment, we'll create a simple smart form, and it'll have 3 basic elements to it. 1, the promise. In this case, the promise is going to be that if you give me your details, I'll send you a weekly newsletter with highly valuable and relevant information in it. Your promise, however, could be quite different. 2, some fields to fill in. In this case, it's going to be the first name, last name, and email address of the person who's submitting that information. Again, you could ask for slightly different information. I know lots of websites that only ask for a first name and an email address, but you can change them as we go. And 3 will be a button. Now this button will initiate a process to take the above information and automatically put it in your email database, or in this case, MailChimp. So here's a website, and we're going to be adding a smart form or an email sign-up form over here in the top right section of the website, in this case just below the search bar and above the Follow Me tab. So the first thing I'm going to do is head over to MailChimp. I'm assuming that you already have a MailChimp account. If you don't, just go to www.mailchimp.com and sign up for there. As I said, it's free. You'll come to a home page that looks like this, and we're going to create a list. So I'll click the Create a List button, and it'll ask me for some information just to start building this email database. I prefer that my list name is always the name of the website and the reason that people are signing up for that particular list. So in this case, it'll be www.keelano'connor.com newsletter sign up. The default from email is the name that the email address comes from when it comes out of MailChimp. So if you were receiving an email from me and I was using MailChimp at the time, it would probably it would show that it was coming from keelan.o'connor at gmail.com, just like that. The default name will just be my first name, or yours for that matter, and a short reminder about how people got on that list via the custom sign-up form on www.keelano'connor.com. Great. Just click Save, and you've created a brand new email database. Excellent, you have a brand new list. The next thing we're going to do here while we're inside MailChimp is create a custom API key. Now, an API key is like a token or an authorization for another bit of software to be able to access your MailChimp account and put information in on your behalf. To do that, we'll click over here next to your name. We're going to click on Account Settings, and we're going to click on Extras and API Keys. Scroll down. Now you click on this button down here that says Create a Key. I've already created a couple, and I'm going to be using a key that I've already got, but it's a simple process. Click that button, Create a Key, and it'll populate a brand new key for you. We'll leave this and we'll come back here in just a moment. The next thing we're going to do is head back over to the back end of our website inside WordPress, or our WordPress dashboard, and we're going to go to Plugins. We're going to add a new plugin. I'm also going to do a quick search for MailChimp. search the repository for MailChimp plugins, and I'm going to use this plugin here called MailChimp for WordPress. There's several other MailChimp plugins that you could use. Many of them do a similar kind of thing, but this one will work for us right now. I'll just click install now. Yes, I'm sure I want to install that. It does its thing and installs that on my server. I'll click the activate plugin button. That'll turn that this little bit of software on, and you'll see it's now sitting here as active inside my list of plugins, and it's also here inside the menu bar in the WordPress dashboard. If I click on a little MailChimp bit of software or plugin here, you'll be asked to copy in here your MailChimp API key. As I said, that was the token or the authorization. So mine is already pre-populated for me, but you'd grab that little API key, copy that, paste it there, save changes. Now, this instance of the MailChimp plugin for WordPress is now talking to specifically our MailChimp account. The sort of third and last thing we're going to be doing here is actually creating the form that was going to be sitting, as I said, here on this particular sample website. So to do so, we're going to come down to the Forms tab in the MailChimp plugin. We're going to make sure that this box here is ticked. This says that anyone who uses this form will be subscribed to this list, which has exactly the same name as we used before. We're going to add a bunch of new fields, so I'll pull in this drop box. I'd like to add first name. I'll add that to form. Their last name, add that to the form. Email address, add that to the form, and a submit button. I'll add it to the form. As you can see, this system does it all for you. Just choose the buttons you want. It creates a bunch of code for you. And the other thing I'll do here is add a picture to it. I'll click on Add Media. I'll use this little picture here, and I'll click Save Changes. Now, one of the benefits of this particular plugin is that it creates a bunch of shortcodes for you. So instead of needing to use or even understand all this code over here, it just goes and creates a small bit of shortcode, which is found inside some square brackets, that we can insert into our website in different places to put this particular smart form in place. So I'm going to right click and copy that bit of shortcode, and as I said before, we're going to add the smart form here on our home page, top right, between the search here and the follow me tabs. So to do so, we're going to swing over to Appearance, down to Widgets, and in this particular theme, these bunch of widgets are in my primary or my default sidebar. You'll see the search and the follow me widgets just here. So we're going to grab a text box, slip that just between the two, paste that small bit of shortcode in place, and click Save. That should have now added a smart form to our website. So I'm going to go back over here to keelanoconnor.com, and I will hit the F5 or the refresh button. Here we are. Here's the form we just created. The picture that I popped in, the picture reads as newsletter sign up. Sign up now and receive the latest news and events. Some boxes that say first name, last name, email address, and the submit button, which we created. And by entering information to here, it'll populate directly into MailChimp. So let's say my name was Craig Jones, Craig at email.com. We can just hit the submit button. This takes us to a thank you page I created before. Did you sign up via my awesome smart form? I like you already. I'm sure you're going to enjoy every newsletter that you receive from here on. Cheers, Keelan. More importantly though, is if I go back into MailChimp, click on my lists, click on keelano'connor.com, we'll see over here, Craig at email.com, Craig Jones signed up just then. So literally, popping people, being able to grab any of the visitors to your website, being able to create a form that allows them to give you their name and email address in exchange for some kind of information, and allowing you to collate all those inside a list that you can continue sending information back out to further on down the track is actually really easy, as you've seen here. Now, if you've got any other questions or want to know more about regionalbusinesstoolkit.com, please don't hesitate to contact me at Keelan at regionalbusinesstoolkit.com. Thanks and have a fantastic day.